My 20s for me were filled with confusion, anxiety, frustration. I feel like I was also really naive. And honestly, the entire decade was one big experiment for me where I was just really lost, but trying with all my might to fit into this mold that I thought I was supposed to. So, yeah, it was a weird time for me, but I've learned so much since then. And I don't know, just like I've learned a lot. But imagine if you could fast track your life with insights that most people do, in fact, take decades to learn. In this video, I'm sharing 9 powerful truths I wish I'd known in my 20s. Truths that I believe will help you find peace, purpose, and success much earlier on than I did in my spiritual journey. If you're seeking to live with clarity and wisdom, I believe these insights will help to guide you in that direction. So guess what, tribe? Your wait to discover what really matters is over, because we're going to start that journey right now. Namaste, everyone. I am the Coreane LaShan, and today I want to share with you 9 truths that I feel like I learned the hard way so that you don't have to. But there are so many things when I reflect on my life and I think back, especially to my really young adult years, talking really late 18, 19, or all through my 20s, that whole decade, that I wish I had known, that would have definitely made my spiritual journey, into enlightenment much smoother for me and would have saved me a lot of tears and a lot of heartache. So let's get into it. 9 truths I learned the hard way. Number 1, embrace change. I very heavily depended on structure and consistency and repetition in my 20s, I think, because it helped me feel like I knew what I was doing, or at least had a clue some of the time. But I would say something I now know is that change is inevitable, and fearing it or running from it is honestly kind of a waste of time, because it's coming for you either way. And embracing it rather than fearing it really does open up new opportunities for growth and for transformation. In fact, in my opinion, it's the only way, is to go through some changes, to push yourself, push your own boundaries, so that you do develop into the person you believe you are, or the person you want to be. Number 2, failures are not the end. I repeat, failures are not the end. There were so many things in my 20s that I started, and if it didn't go the way I wanted right away, or even a few months in, I would just bail. I'm like, you know what? I tried this. It's not working out. It's time to try something else. But it took me some time to see that actually sometimes the only way out is through. Sometimes you have to go through to get out of a situation. And every single time that I've done that, I always came out better for it on the other side. Mistakes and failures are not the end. They are, in fact, a beginning. They are a redirection and nothing more. So if you've been following this one path and you're like, man, this is just not working out, take a moment. Pay attention to how you failed, what happened, and take that advice, that signal or that message from the universe to just redirect a little bit. Realize that, you know what, I tried this, it didn't work, so let me go about it this way instead. But I'm telling you, man, failures are necessary, just like change. They are crucial lessons that will lead you to success every single time. 9 truths I learned the hard way. Number 3, inner peace is power. I'm gonna say that one again. Inner peace is power. Finding peace within yourself is more important than any external achievement, in my opinion. The inner peace for me is what brought me clarity. It brought me insight. I spent so much time looking outside of myself for validation, for confirmation, for affirmation, for all the Asians, okay? And every time I came up short, every time I found myself depressed or sad or feeling unsupported, and I really had to become broken enough, unfortunately, that it forced me to stop looking out there and to turn inward, because I literally had nowhere else to go. When I say I had tried everything, like everything, I tried everything, but it wasn't until I sat down and I discovered meditation. I discovered the power of just turning my thoughts off, even for a few minutes, vastly improved my mood. It improved my thought process. It was honestly like a haze was just kind of clouding my mind all the time. And I was able to just release all of that. Like I said, some tools I use: meditation. I do morning affirmations. I get up early and move my body. I work out. I do yoga. All of that really is a form of meditation for me, just different forms of it. But finding your inner peace so that even in the midst of chaos, you can just go in. People are literally shocked in my presence sometimes because so much is happening. It's chaotic. Everybody's kind of losing their heads all around. And I just stay right here. And that's where I'm happiest. So definitely finding that inner peace was a big, big, big unlock that came much later in life for me. But had I known this in my 20s, Nine truths I learned the hard way. Truth number 4. All I have is now. That is all that exists, tribe. I spent so much of my 20s with my mind dwelling on something in the past that I felt bad or guilty about, or even ashamed of, that I couldn't go back and fix though. So like, why was I even spending that much energy on it? I also spent, I would say, the bulk of it stressing about the future. I think I mentioned earlier on, I had all these very like cemented ideas of what my life would be, or what I thought my life would look like. And it was very rigid. Like by 22, I'll be doing this. And by 25, my life will be like this. And then when I'm, by the time I'm 27, 28, I'll be doing this. And then when I hit 30, this will be my life. And just none of that stuff happened. Like literally none of that stuff happened. So I had to realize all I really have is now, is the present moment. And dwelling on the past or worrying about the future only takes away from the life you're living. You're missing it by planning it, if that makes any sense, right? So I would just say only living in the moment will bring you true awareness and joy. Because to me, that's where your joy comes from, is being aware, being present enough to notice all the beauty and the good things that are in fact surrounding you every single day. 9 truths I learned the hard way. Number 5, connections matter. Connections matter. There were so many people that I came into contact with and spent a lot of time and energy on that simply didn't deserve it. I shouldn't have. And you learn that, I feel like, kind of as you go and you come into contact with people, and as you learn what energies are and how they attract and what they mean. It is just one of those things I feel like you kind of have to go through. But I think had I had the concept earlier on of how much connections would matter for me, and how I didn't necessarily need a lot of people in my life, but I did need the right people in my life. So I would say just building genuine relationships do enrich life much more than material wealth will. I'll put it that way. 9 truths I learned the hard way. Number 6, purpose over passion. This is an interesting one because I'm very much still influenced by my passions and things I'm passionate about. What I now understand, though, is how my passion and my purpose coincide with each other. So this is kind of my definition of passion, right? Like, to me, the feeling I get, or that I would get when I was at work, when I was at a job, I should say, and I found myself feeling like angry a lot. Like, not at anyone in particular, but at the situation. I always felt very trapped at literally any job that I've ever worked. And along with that anger, there was this genuine love that I have for doing this and making these videos and just connecting with people and sharing the knowledge that I get and the sort of uploads that I feel like I receive from the universe all the time. So I was very passionate about that. And I was very passionate about having new experiences and then sharing those experiences. So for me, that anger and that love kind of swirl together. Hold on. I can do this. Get that around. Look at that. Look at that. Right? They swirl around and meet up. And that's your passion, baby. That's your passion. Right? So I feel like you need those things to push you and sort of, oh my gosh, my cat is making a cameo right now. Hi, baby. Hi, Catman. Do you want to say hi to the tribe? Okay, let's say hi. Say hi, tribe. Okay, mommy's got to work. Okay. Oh, I'm literally like covered in cat hair now. probably was not the best idea. You know what? It's fine. He's adorable. Anyway, so yeah, purpose over passion. Where I was going with that is this. I spent a lot of my 20s just literally like chasing what I was passionate about and being passionate about everything, which only led me to frustration. Because when you are very, very passionate about things and they seem to consistently not work out, that's frustrating. That can even lead to depression. What I didn't consider along with that passion was, what is my purpose though? Like, what am I actually here to do? And so that for me was the big missing piece that I now feel like I know. And so it's really helped me balance out my passion and know how to better channel and direct that. So I would say, yeah, passion is 100% important, but finding your purpose will bring you that deeper fulfillment that I feel like we're all honestly kind of searching for. We spend a lot of time, thinking about, I think, what we can get. What can we get out of the job we're at? What can we get out of the city we live in, or the state, or just life in general? And we are kind of programmed really to just consume. What can you get? What can you get? What can you get? But in my opinion, life is in fact the opposite of that. It's not about that at all. It's about what you can give to the world that will, I think, inevitably lead you to your purpose. All right, tribe, we are down to the last 3 of the 9 truths that I learned the hard way. This is the big 3 for me. So do me a favor, before I reveal these to you, hit that like button. If you still with me, I'm assuming you at least semi-like me, right? And thank you for that. But hit that like button. That is so important. And also, once you're done, share this with a friend. Get me one more view, okay? But yeah, thank you guys so much for being with me this long. All right, 9 truths I learned the hard way. Number 7, I am not my thoughts. Ooh, child. Let me tell y'all something. This one right here, I'm still learning and growing through. Okay? Y'all be patient with me, tribe, because universe ain't done with me yet. Okay? This one right here, I'm almost at a loss for words. First of all, if you're watching this and you are a person who has mastered this technique, kudos to you. Because this one right here took me years of practice. And like I said, I'm still practicing today. I practice it every day. But what I can tell you is that learning to observe my thoughts without being controlled by them has been a major step in my enlightenment journey. Yeah, big step in my journey. And I think it's important to realize that that's tough. Like, our emotions determine so much of our lives and so much of what we think and so much of what we do, and even who we think we are, right? Our personalities are in so many ways tied to our emotions and the thoughts that we have and the things we think we know. But when I got to the open-minded state of just questioning everything, I questioned everything I learned growing up. And those questions led to so many answers that essentially redirected my entire life. I still feel hurt. I still get sad. I still feel upset, but it's different now because now I recognize those emotions as I'm having them, and I can still think through them clearly. And we talked about this earlier. Now when I'm feeling something that I don't necessarily want to feel, even in that moment, I can go in, right, to that inner peace we were talking about and still think through that emotion to make the best possible decision in the moment. Even if that decision does not work in my favor, if I know it's best for the group or for the room or for the situation or for my life in the long run, that level of maturity took me literally decades to get to. So definitely mark that one down for sure. You are not your thoughts. I want to drill that in there, tribe. You are not your thoughts. Okay. 9 truths I learned the hard way. Gratitude attracts abundance. Just being thankful will attract more things to your life for you to be thankful for. See how that works? So I spent a lot of time praying and asking for so many things and so many situations to turn out the way I wanted. And what I now know is that being grateful for what I currently have every single day, while wholeheartedly believing and having faith that I know more is coming. See, that's the ticket. I'm thankful for everything I have right now. I'm so grateful, but at the same time, I'm happy and excited to receive more because I trust and believe it's coming. That is why I'm able to live my life as abundantly and as gratefully and as joyfully as I do every single day. Number 9. We've made it to the last one. And this is a biggie. This is a big one for me. And that is self-love is foundational. Your foundation for everything you want to do. Anything you want to do. If you're watching this and there's a thing in your head you want to do with your life, there is a direction you want it to go in, there is a person you want to be, you feel like you're not there yet, self-love is the foundation. It's the building block for all of it. I did not even realize until I reflected after my 20s were over, I really didn't fully love myself. I didn't hate myself either, right? I wasn't like, I don't think I actively thought about it one way or the other. But when I look back on it and I think about some things that I did, some decisions I made, some situations I put myself in, albeit unintentionally, were stemming from a lack of self-love. Because had I loved myself more, or even just had more self-respect, I wouldn't have even considered some of those things to even be in the situation. Does that make sense? So I think embrace who you are. If you take nothing else from this, embrace who you are. Because that authenticity, that self-love will undoubtedly lead you to your path. It will lead you to your passion, like we talked about earlier. It will lead you to your purpose. Love yourself. You're beautiful. You're perfect. You're wonderful. You're brave. You are brilliant. Love yourself right now. There's not There's not a version of you that you need to become to be better, to love yourself. I feel like I was always working to be somebody else or to be a little better in some way in my 20s. And I'm not saying don't strive to be the best version of yourself. Like, of course you should do that. But I was extremely hypercritical of myself. I'll say it that way. Going to an event was never fun for me because I was so anxious the whole time over how's my hair? What do other people think about it? What I chose to wear today, is everyone looking at me? What do they think? Do they like it? And I was always kind of searching for this sort of external acceptance, this external love from people, even strangers. I could be in a room full of strangers and so overwhelmed with what I thought they might be thinking about me that it would just consume me. I would have to get up and leave the room sometimes. So, and it's funny looking back at that now, like I can't even imagine being in that mindset. But I was, and I feel like there are a lot of other people out there who probably feel the same way, but that's such a hard thing to talk about. So I just want I want you to know that not only do I love you, but I want you to love you. Love yourself first, always. Because learning to love and accept yourself is key to living your most fulfilling life. So I'll leave you with that. Learning to love and accept yourself is the key to you living your best and most fulfilling life, which is all that I want for you, tribe. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. Before you go, do me a favor and hit that like button. That is literally currency for me. Thank you so much for watching this. Please also share this video with anyone that you think might benefit from it. Maybe they're in their 20s. Maybe they're a little confused about life right now. Maybe they're in their 30s and they're a little confused about life right now. I was in my early 30s, right? Maybe you're in your 40s and you're still figuring it out. And the beauty of that is it's a journey, right? It's not a destination. It's never too late to start your journey to the best version of yourself, or to enlightenment, or to just better spirituality, or whatever it is that you seek. So I would also love for you to consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If you watch this, you liked it, hit the subscribe button. We can talk like this all the time, baby. Come on now. I'm here for you. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. Until next time, be kind to yourself and then everyone else. And I'll see you in the next video. Namaste. Photobomb. Sweet boy.